going on, everybody? This is Mattdoesfitness, and I was just reading about how apparently during the Second World War, the English used to refer to Adolf Hitler as Badger Man. Although now I think about it, it could have been bad German. Okay, this is my squat highlights from week 5 of my 5th cycle, and bloody hell, it was a good one. If you saw my squat PR from Monday, then thank you very much. If you didn't, then why do you even exist? Just go and, I don't know, leave the country, just go somewhere else. Or, alternatively, just go and watch the video. This is the first session of the week in which that PR was performed. And here you are seeing my penultimate work leading up to the single. So, whereas last time I tested, I felt like I had more there, and I felt like I ruined it by doing too many singles because my weird brain that tries to freak me out made me think I wasn't going to get it. So I bottled it and built up too slowly. Here I stuck with a plan, which was one single at 205 kilos, 452 pounds, followed by another single at 225 kilos, 496 pounds. So that was my penultimate single. And even though, I mean, I felt pretty good there, to be fair, I didn't feel amazing, but I knew logically I had it in me, so I made sure that kind of the logical part of my brain overrode the weird, irritating, stupid, illogical part of my brain, and went with the plan, which was to go for 240 kilograms, 529 pounds. And like I said, if you saw the PR video from Monday, you know that I got it, and I'm very, very pleased about that. I mean, if you look at that, it looks pretty good. It's not a massive grind. I mean, to be honest, the second I had it on my back, I kind of knew I had it. I had two guys there to spot me because when I tested last time, I actually bent a bar. I bailed out of that weight you just saw, and so I had the safety rack set too low, and I bent the bar. So I figured this time I'd have two guys spotting me, so that if I dropped it again and I bent it, I could just blame them. Anyway, yeah, so I got that. Very pleased. Probably had a little bit more there, but I thought I'd play it safe. And leave a bit more in the tank for reasons which I will explain in a minute. Now here, it's pretty strange. I dropped down to 485 pounds, 220 kilos, because I thought it would be cool to get a double at this weight. However, I completely misgrooved the rep. When I went down, I accidentally sat back too much and literally almost collapsed. So I managed just to grind that one out. It felt like a pause rep to me, but yeah, I kind of sacked that off. Oh, thanks, mate. And then I went for 441 pounds, 200 kilos as an AMRAP set to see how many reps I could get. That's the PR single took a massive amount out of me. I mean, at the time I felt really good. I felt like I had more there, but immediately afterwards, although my muscles were feeling fine, my nervous system felt absolutely fried. I felt really, really dull, like I had nothing there. So here I managed to get 7 reps, which I'm pretty pleased with considering, because I think being fresh, I'd have maybe 1 or 2 more there, but I'll definitely take that. I wanted to get obviously wanted to get some work in, but like I said, I was pretty hammered, so I didn't want to go for too many sets. So I thought, an AMRAP set at a reasonable weight will be a good way to play it. That set, to be honest, after 5 felt fine, and then kind of 6, I hit a wall where obviously I haven't squatted heavy for more than 5 reps in a long, long time. So my body was just saying, "What are you doing? Why are you still trying to squat?" So kind of, 7 was my limit. I then dropped down to 130, 287 pounds, and just did 3 sets of 5 for front squats just to get a bit of volume in, which felt nice and easy. And that was my first session in terms of squats. And like I said, I'm very, very pleased with that PR. The PRs keep coming. My squats have almost caught up my deadlifts. I'm just making crazy progress. I have been for a while, and I am loving life. Now, the reason I said I left a little bit in the tank, I felt, is that I'm going to retest, I think, in 3 or 4 weeks' time. Basically, me and my wife are going to Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, in about 4 weeks' time, over Easter. So I'll be having a week and a half, basically 2 weeks off and training. So I'd like to test right before I go away. So I was going to train straight through and test before it, but because my squats were feeling good, I thought I'd go for a single here. But that's why I didn't go any heavier than that, because I want to try and save a little bit so that I can hopefully PR again before I go away, just to make myself feel good. Anyway, here is my accessory work. I did some fairly wide grip lat pull downs on this machine, which I really like, as is the case with all the machines, because they're really cool. And then I did some reverse flies on the reverse fly / chest fly machine / abduction and adduction machine, which I don't think it is, but I did it for a laugh anyway last week. I basically sat on the seat, put my feet on those handles there with straight legs and just did some abduction. I actually got thrown out of the gym for that, so you won't be seeing me in here anymore because they've put a restraining order on me. But that's for another video. And that was my first session. So, very pleased with that. And now we're moving on to session number 2. And this was another really good one. Now, I felt horrible, like warming up. I felt really bad. I mean, to be honest, this week I haven't felt that great. I don't know if that squat PR kind of hammered my nervous system. I don't know what it was, but I didn't feel very good today. Warming up, everything felt really heavy. I was not feeling confident at all, but I wanted to stick with the plan and go for another PR, which was 5 sets of 3 at 210 kilos, 463 pounds. And spoiler alert, mute the video if you don't want to find out what happened. I got all of them. And I'm delighted about that. Like I said, I felt crap. Everything was horrible. My form was ugly. There was a lot of grinding going on, but I got all the reps, all the sets done. And, you know, that's the main thing, particularly when you are training for strength. Yeah, so it's just another PR to add to my list of recent PRs. Like I said a minute ago, my squats are just absolutely on fire. I feel like everything I do in relation to squats is just gonna come up for me. Now, I think it's one of those where, like, there is I think like confidence is a big thing in powerlifting. I remember a while back, going back a few, maybe like 6 months, when my deadlifts were flying up and my squats weren't feeling as great. I think I missed a PR attempt in one cycle, and at that point, every time I went to the gym to do deadlifts, I was loving life. I was thinking, I'm gonna smash out another PR here. Whereas with squats, I was almost dreading it. I didn't like squatting at that time. Whereas now, although deadlifts are better recently, to be fair, I'm still not, you know, loving my deadlifts. Whereas squats, it's just every time I squat, I know I'm going to do something good. It just that confidence is just kind of consistently there because I just keep hitting PRs. Basically, I'm hitting PRs week on week on week. I've lost track now, but it must be something ridiculous, like, I don't know, 12 weeks where the weight has literally gone up every single week for 5 sets of 3 and 5 sets of 5. It just keeps going up. I know I'm not magic, although probably might be magic, but yeah, obviously that's not going to continue forever, indefinitely, but while it is, I'm just going to ride that wave. This is my penultimate set. I think around kind of set 3-4 I was struggling a little bit, but I mean, even, you know, with that said and not feeling very good, I still never felt like I was going to bail a rep. I knew I had them there every single time. It was just a case of kind of waking myself up and not allowing myself to get complacent and just making sure I finish the sets. I mean, it's a strange one. I do feel, although I'm loving squats, the last kind of couple of weeks I don't know, it's weird, it's hard to explain. I've almost felt like my kind of motivation has dropped a little bit. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's, like I said earlier, about kind of complacency, where I know all my squats, you know, my squats have been going so well. Maybe I'm kind of thinking, well, you know, it's going to be there. I'm just kind of taking it for granted. I don't know, but yeah, I am having to force myself to get up for sessions because I'm not feeling like super excited about them. But anytime I am struggling, I just kind of think back to the, you know, my recent PRs and the fact that I want to squat 600 pounds this year, and that does kind of give me that extra boost just to finish the reps. And that was my last set of the 5 sets of 3, and I got it. And like I said, I am ecstatic about that because it's another PR in the bag. I literally have a bag and I write my PRs down on paper and just throw them in the bag and then carry it over my shoulder like Santa Claus, like a PR Santa Claus. Right, here's my accessory work, and as you can see, I'm doing some speed pulls. Now, I do these generally I mean always, for 5 sets of 3. This is 140 kilos, 309 pounds, so nice and light. It's a weight that's heavy enough to, you know, have some kind of neural response, but not too heavy that I can't move it fast. Although, to be fair there, I mean, it looks relatively fast, but it's nothing like major. Like I said, my nervous system was just kind of hammered from those squats. Before the session even started, I was really kind of tired and feeling crappy. By the time it got to that point, I just had nothing left. So here, I'm just literally, I mean, in between these shots, I'm just crawling around the gym. You know, like in Walking Dead, when the zombies are like, have their legs taken out and they're like dragging themselves with their arms. That's what I was doing around the gym from machine to machine. Here, I'm doing some rows, machine rows, kind of almost upright rows, 3 sets of 12. And then I finished the session rather stupidly with some glute ham raises. Obviously, this is always part of the plan, but I would ordinarily do this before any of the other accessory stuff, because otherwise, doing these when you're tired is even harder than usual, which I learnt to my peril. I don't think that makes sense, but anyway, I did 3 sets of, I think, 12 down to about 6 or so, holding a 15 kilo weight, which again is 33 pounds, I think. And as is the case generally, first set felt good. After that, I was just in strugglesville. My hamstrings and glutes were absolutely destroyed. Felt like I'd been invaded. Anyway, guys, that was my session. That was my week. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, as always, and I will see you tomorrow.